Here at Insightful Inspiration, welcome. We think that age is a wealth of knowledge, experience, and priceless life lessons rather than just a number. Our channel is dedicated to exploring the insights, health, and well-being of older adults, helping people of all ages embrace the journey of aging with grace and knowledge. As we move through life, we often find ourselves searching for answers, trying to make sense of the world, and seeking guidance in difficult times. Who better to learn from than those who have already walked the path before us? The elderly who have lived through decades of experience, challenges, joy, and change hold a wealth of wisdom that can guide us to navigate our own lives with greater clarity and deeper purpose. They remind us that time is our most precious asset. In our youth, it feels infinite, and we often squander it without thought. But as the years pass, many older adults come to realize just how swiftly time slips away. They speak of the hours lost to grudges, the moments wasted chasing validation, and the dreams postponed for a perfect future that never arrived. These reflections invite us to reconsider how we spend our days. Instead of delaying joy or waiting for the right moment, we are encouraged to live fully now. Whether it's spending more time with loved ones, pursuing a long-held passion, or simply enjoying a quiet walk in nature, the present moment is all we truly have. Time cannot be stored, paused, or rewound. It is a river that flows only forward, and the best way to honor it is to be intentional with how we spend it. Good health is another pillar of a fulfilling life, yet it's something we often overlook until it starts to fade. When we are young, the body feels resilient, and neglecting it feels like no big deal. Late nights, fast food, skipped workouts, all seem harmless in the moment, but older adults with the benefit of hindsight emphasize how vital it is to take care of our physical and mental health. They remind us that true freedom and joy come from a body that works well and a mind that remains sharp. A healthy lifestyle isn't about perfection or rigid routines. It's about consistency, listening to your body, and making small, sustainable choices that build over time. The ability to travel, to remain independent, to play with grandchildren, to engage in hobbies, these are not just luxuries but the results of years of self-care. Neglect can lead to regret, but mindfulness can lead to vitality that extends far beyond youth. As we move forward, many elders also share that the greatest joys in life rarely come from possessions. A new car, a big house, or an impressive bank account may offer temporary satisfaction, but they are not what people reflect on in their later years. What remains in the heart are the relationships, moments spent laughing with friends, comforting a partner during tough times, or watching children and grandchildren grow. These human connections are what breathe life into our existence. The elderly remind us that the energy we invest in our relationships will bring far greater returns than anything money can buy. They encourage us to be present with the people we love, to forgive quickly, to speak kindly, and to express gratitude often. Arguments and misunderstandings in hindsight seem trivial compared to the peace and joy that love brings. Ultimately, when we look back, it's not the milestones or trophies that define a good life, but the people we shared it with. Those who have lived the longest often say that happiness is not about getting what you want, but about learning to appreciate what you have. Life will always have ups and downs, and many seniors have learned that happiness is not a finish line, waiting at the end of a career, behind a perfect relationship, or beyond a list of accomplishments. Instead, it is found in the present, in the little things. A cup of coffee enjoyed in silence, the sound of laughter, and the beauty of a sunset. There will be hardships and losses, but happiness can coexist with imperfection. It is a mindset, a choice to focus on joy rather than disappointment, on presence rather than longing. The elderly encourage us to stop postponing happiness for some ideal future. Instead, we are reminded to embrace today, to seek beauty in ordinary moments, and to remember that joy is not in the destination, but in how we walk the path. Failure, too, is seen in a different light with age. Many older adults recall moments when things didn't go as planned, failed relationships, lost jobs, personal mistakes. But they now view those events not as endings, but as turning points. Failure, they say, is a teacher. It reveals our strength, it pushes us to grow, and it opens doors we might never have seen otherwise. The fear of failing often holds people back, keeping them trapped in comfort zones and robbing them of potential. But with the wisdom of experience, the elderly urge us to reframe failure as feedback. Every setback is a step forward if we choose to learn from it. The only true defeat is giving up. Trying and failing is still progress, while never trying at all leaves us with the heaviest burden: regret. Life is not a straight line, and the paths we walk may twist and turn in ways we don't expect. But if we keep moving, keep growing, and keep believing, even our mistakes will lead us exactly where we need to be. Another gentle truth shared by many older adults is the futility of worry. With the clarity of hindsight, they realize how much of their energy was spent on fears that never came true. Sleepless nights over finances, doubts about decisions, anxieties about the future, all of these worries now seem unnecessary in the bigger picture. The message is clear. Most of what we stress about is either out of our control or simply not as important as we believe it to be. Worry steals our peace, clouds our judgment, and often changes nothing. Instead of obsessing over what might happen, we are encouraged to trust the process of life. Solutions come, support appears, and strength grows in ways we never anticipated. By focusing on the present, by breathing deeply and moving one step at a time, we can navigate challenges more effectively than worry ever could. The elderly teach us to let go of the need to control everything, to accept uncertainty, and to replace fear with faith. Finally, one of the most enduring lessons from those who have lived full lives is the importance of kindness. Over the years, they have seen how a small act of compassion, a kind word, a helping hand, a patient ear, can ripple through someone's world in powerful ways. They have learned that kindness doesn't require wealth, talent, or time. It simply requires a willingness to see others with empathy and to respond with love. Many regret the times they were too quick to judge or too slow to forgive. They remind us to be gentle, to offer grace, and to understand that everyone is fighting battles we cannot see. Kindness, they say, is remembered long after words are forgotten. It lives on in the hearts of those we touch and becomes a legacy that outlasts any material achievement. Whether it's offering a seat, writing a thoughtful message, or just smiling at a stranger, kindness transforms not only others but ourselves. Because each of us is walking a path that they have already taken, their insights are gifts, reminders of what really matters, of how to live with intention, and of the simple truths that make life beautiful. Therefore, let us listen carefully, learn with humility, and take their wisdom with us, because in doing so, we honor their lives and illuminate our own. These reflections from older adults are not just sentimental stories. They are living guidance. Absolutely. Here's your revised script with punctuation, improved clarity, and expanded explanations for a smoother, more engaging narrative, without using any headings. Years of experience have taught us that while money is important, it's not everything. Many seniors have spent a lifetime working hard, saving diligently, and striving for financial security, only to realize in their later years that wealth alone does not guarantee true happiness. Money, without a doubt, provides comfort, stability, and opportunities. It can ease burdens and open doors, but it should never come at the cost of the things that truly matter: health, relationships, and inner peace. Older adults often reflect on how much time they spent chasing financial success, sometimes at the expense of their well-being or their loved ones. They've witnessed how material possessions fade and how bank accounts can rise and fall, but moments spent with family and friends remain priceless. They encourage us to be wise with our finances, saving, investing, and planning for the future, but also remind us that money should be a tool to create meaningful experiences, not just a means to accumulate things. They teach us to strike a healthy balance. Work hard, but don't exhaust yourself. Save, but don't be so frugal that you miss out on the joys of living. Use money to travel, to spend quality time with those you love, and to build beautiful memories. Because at the end of the road, no one wishes they had just one more dollar. Instead, they wish for more time, more love, and more cherished moments with the people who truly matter. Learn to forgive. It's a gift you give to yourself. As the years go by, Many elderly individuals come to realize that holding on to anger and resentment only harms them, not the person who wronged them. They've seen how grudges can weigh heavily on the heart and how bitterness can slowly steal the joy from life. One of the most powerful lessons they share is that forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior. It's about releasing yourself from the burden of pain. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, nor does it mean allowing someone to hurt you again. It simply means choosing peace over prolonged suffering. Many seniors regret the time they spent carrying resentment, only to later discover that it drained their energy and dimmed their light. They urge younger generations to let go of past wounds, not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve peace. Life is too short to dwell on what went wrong, whether it's our own mistakes or those made by others. Each day spent reliving old pain is a day lost to the present. Instead of holding on to grievances, they encourage us to move forward with wisdom, compassion, and an open heart. In the end, the moments of love and joy matter far more than the grudges we refuse to release. If there is one universal lesson to be learned from people who have lived long lives, it is to enjoy the present moment because life is short. Many seniors reflect on their lives and wish they had been less stressed, less worried, and more fully embraced the small, everyday joys of life. They serve as a reminder that true happiness is found in the small, everyday moments that are occurring right now, not in some far-off future. Take time to savor life's little pleasures, a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a heartfelt conversation, a sunset, a hug from a loved one. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start living. The elderly emphasize that the most beautiful parts of life aren't always the grand milestones, but the quiet, fleeting moments of peace and contentment. They also remind us that tomorrow's never promised. Many regret waiting too long to chase a dream, reconnect with someone dear, or simply slow down and enjoy the now. The lesson is clear. Stop postponing happiness. Live fully in the moment. Laugh often. Love deeply. Appreciate today. Because in the end, it's not the years in your life that matter. It's the life in your years. Stay curious and never stop learning. One of the secrets to staying young at heart is maintaining a sense of curiosity. The most vibrant and fulfilled elderly individuals are those who never stopped exploring, learning, and staying engaged with the world. They remind us that age isn't a barrier to discovery, only a closed mind is. Lifelong learning keeps the mind sharp and the spirit alive. Whether it's reading books, learning a new language, picking up a hobby, or staying informed about new ideas, curiosity keeps life exciting. Many seniors regret not taking the time to explore their interests earlier in life. They realize, sometimes too late, that personal growth doesn't end when school or work does. They encourage younger generations to embrace new experiences, to challenge themselves, and to remain open to new perspectives. Traveling, even within your own city, can open your eyes. Trying something new can reignite a sense of adventure. Having meaningful conversations with people from different backgrounds can offer fresh insights. The lesson is simple. Never let routine dull your sense of wonder. There's always more to learn, more to experience, and more ways to grow, no matter your age. Give more than you take. Legacy is built through kindness. As people grow older, they often reflect on the legacy they'll leave behind. And more often than not, they realize that true legacy isn't about wealth, titles, or accomplishments. It's about how you made others feel. The most cherished and remembered individuals are those who gave freely, loved deeply, and uplifted those around them. The elderly remind us that even small acts of kindness can leave lasting impressions. Whether it's offering a helping hand, mentoring someone younger, or simply speaking a kind word, giving enriches both the giver and the receiver. Many seniors encourage us to shift our focus from what we can gain to what we can give. Share your knowledge. Offer support. Be a source of light for someone else. The ripple effects of kindness can echo through generations. In the end, people won't remember the things you owned or the positions you held. They'll remember the warmth you brought into their lives. The most meaningful legacy is built on love, generosity, and the positive impact we leave behind. Don't take life too seriously. Laugh more. One of the gifts of aging is perspective. Seniors often advise younger generations to not get caught up in life's dramas or take every setback so seriously. Over time, they've learned that many of the things we stress about, career pressures, small disagreements, or trying to meet every expectation, simply don't matter as much as we think they do. What truly matters is how much happiness we allow ourselves to feel. Laughter is a powerful medicine. It lightens heavy burdens and helps us move through challenges with resilience and grace. Many seniors say they wish they had spent less time worrying and more time laughing. Laughing with friends, at their own mistakes, and at life's absurdities. They remind us to surround ourselves with people who bring joy, to seek out activities that make us smile, and to find humor in everyday situations. In the end, laughter keeps the heart light, the mind sharp, and the spirit young. Love deeply and express it often. Perhaps the most profound lesson from the elderly is that love is the most valuable thing we have. Whether it's love for a partner, family, or close friends, expressing that love, openly and frequently, is essential. With time, people realize that careers end, material things lose their shine, and many achievements fade from memory. But the love and connections we build stay with us and live on in the hearts of others. Many seniors wish they had told their loved ones how much they mattered more often. They emphasize the importance of saying, "I love you," and not assuming people already know how you feel. Love should be shown not only in words but through actions, kindness, patience, support, and appreciation. They also remind us that pride should never get in the way of expressing love. Holding back affection, avoiding vulnerability, or waiting for the right moment can lead to deep regrets. Instead, they urge us to love deeply, forgive quickly, and cherish the relationships that give life meaning. At the end of life, people don't reflect on the money they made or the recognition they received. They reflect on the love they gave and the love they received. That is what gives life its deepest purpose. Be grateful. Every day is a gift. Many elderly individuals emphasize the power of gratitude. No matter what hardships they've faced, loss, illness, or unexpected life changes, they find peace in appreciating what they still have. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on the blessings that exist, big and small. With age comes the realization that some of life's greatest joys are incredibly simple: a sunrise, a quiet moment, a warm embrace, or just being alive for another day. Many seniors wish they had spent more time appreciating the present instead of always chasing the next big goal. They remind us that happiness doesn't come from wanting more, but from valuing what we already have. Starting each day with a grateful heart, noticing abundance instead of lack, and appreciating life's simple pleasures leads to a richer, more fulfilling existence. Gratitude changes our perspective. It helps us find joy even in the ordinary. It transforms what we have into enough and reminds us to see each moment as a precious gift. The elderly have lived through decades of experience. Their wisdom is a treasure trove of guidance. These life lessons about love, health, kindness, balance, and presence remind us to focus on what truly matters. If we listen to their stories and absorb their wisdom, we can live with fewer regrets and more purpose, joy, and peace. Which of these life lessons speaks to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.